Hello, Frankie.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Nate and the Mutts here. We're just doing a quick video on visiting some friends in the country. So we're going to not see our facial things in this anymore, but we're just going to show the puppy dogs down there. They got a little scared puppy retrieve. Good girl. Oh, good trust. Thank you. So it's hard to explain, but she was very apprehensive and cautious. See that shot? That's a flinch reflex. Just means she's worried. And it just means Snowy's playing with his butt. Good boy.
I'm one of the dogs he's not going to show. I mean,
I don't do anything. There's no, I don't show any people in it. I don't even like looking at it for that
I
long.
was in all of that.
I don't even like looking at it for that long. So, what are your main issues with your dogs?
Jumping up.
Yep.
People licking.
Licking the hands, the people, other dogs, everything around, or...
Licking people mainly when they're jumping all over, they're licking them 100 miles an hour.
Do they continue to do it after the people sit there and come over and like on a couch or having drinks or whatever else out there? Do they continue to come over and sort of lick and
once they
harass, or
settle
relax
down.
after 10 or 20 minutes?
After 10 or 20 minutes, they'll settle down and go and sit down and then just...
No
And-
way.
As they are right now, right next to you.
Well, he doesn't. He's been over me the whole time.
Well, I'm here. I've been here for probably 15, 20 minutes.
Listen to me, buddy.
Yeah. Have they ever bitten? And it's no negatives or things. It's just a requirement for me when doing very few legal things, but some I do need to ask. And I fix all the ones regardless. Have they bitten with an animal or a human where they've drawn blood and required a hospitalisation?
Nope.
Have they been a child or a person that maybe in whatever, busted, old, or broken?
Nope.
No.
Have they threatened you in a way you felt that you needed to have outside assistance?
No.
Perfect. Right. Now, it doesn't matter if they killed me. This is a secondary. That's just a legal requirement for insurance and life.
Yeah.
Have they bitten or killed? None of it's wrong. It's just what's happening. Right? Have they bitten or killed rabbits, birds, insects, snakes, lizards, any of those sort of
They
things?
found them. I don't know if they've killed them. I think they found them.
Did they bring them into you as a present?
Oh, they brought them up to the on the lounge.
Yeah,
They
perfect.
found them on the lounge. as a present.
Tribute, but towards me. Remember? Yeah, no, that's perfect. And what that tells me is they don't have to have killed them to do that, but it's just that certain dogs will bury stuff, certain dogs will bring them as presents, bring them to the lounge, bring them things like that, and it's just showing good character per se if you're using that word as a human to dog ratio thing. You don't know anthropomorphic or any of that stuff. It's just the animals wanting to interact. So I have a little border collie here. What was it I'm just going to say to me? Thank you, good boy, good girl.
Watch him try to snap Snowy. Snowy reacts like he's a little fucking like that.
So what's happening here is Molly's sitting there with the black dog for people who don't in the video.
Frankie.
Now, see the teeth? You know the message the same as me. You got told to
He doesn't know it.
Turn around, come to here and sit down with me now. Very good, Frankie. Good decision. Thank you for your stuff. See that little tiny tail wag there is an acknowledgement that now Frankie doesn't need to respond anymore because I've got it. No. That's a diversion. Right? That's just ignoring me. It's like basically saying go to your room, pick up you go and do your homework, and they walk past, turn the television on, jump on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, you realise now we're here. So that's a big finger in the air. Just that ignoring there. When you ask a dog to come back to you and they sniff the ground, it's exactly the same as that. It's the same as saying to a kid, go to your room, and they walk to the television and turn it on. The reason for that is we see the world with our eyes first, right? From our close range. But the reality is we can, I'll get to you in a minute. We're not there yet. Leave him alone, and you need this side, I told you, to here. Nothing to do with you either. Just there. Very good. Leave it. Relax. Enough. Very good. Relax. Nothing to do with you. Not your job. Good boy. Good girl. Good decision. See how they've rediverted now to find another object? So they're no longer focused on whatever they were barking at. Just from the time that I've been here, they now know that they don't have to deal with it. He knows that he doesn't have to deal with him. They're not bad. He just wants to play. He's been a dork. He's like a little kid wanting to play with an 80-year-old person. Leave me alone. And if you get smacked with a walking stick or bitten on the nose, such is life. Right? But we need to stop that. We need to intervene. You don't want the kids or you don't want that. So this is the way to do that. Sit down and we'll chat. Yeah, you can have a cuddle. Pop up. Do you want to have a cuddle? You can have a cuddle. That's fine. You do your cuddle stuff. So once you've got them covered, and once they have an understanding on what to do or what not to do, and all you need to do is those three things. All the stuff I say, it's lots of information. It's only three. Tell them, barking or that, thank you. It's not your job. You don't need to do that. I've got it. Leave it. If they don't, give them an option to come back. Yeah, like, got it, Frankie. The whites of the eyes are moving, and he's going back there, not to be bad, but to sort of say you're not paying attention and just get involved and just give him one more little poke, right? Being a brat, not bad, but just being a kid. He wants to play. He doesn't want to play. He really wants him to not be near you. He's coming over.
He wants to play. I think he chases him around, trying to stir him up.
They do, but at the moment, he wants to be near you. Frank wants. I'm listening to you. I can hear you. Ready? Pretend cheese? No. This one.
Now he's getting tried.
Stop. What did I ask you to do? I think I said sit. See this? Sit. And you can have it. Sit. Or move over there. Dad's not going to help you. Good stay. Forget about he's not sitting. Forget about that bit. Get one thing you want. Move forward. Come here. Good, move forward. Forget about no sitting. Reward the good bit. Forget about they barked 10 seconds ago. Forget about whatever they did bad. Just get something you want. Just get something that they will do. Now, what I would do, which I will do, is this. No. God, no. It's about them knowing you can, but it's about them knowing what there is a consequence. It's like kids. If you say to them, like, you're not allowed to go out this weekend, you're not allowed to go out, and then you let them go out, you only got to stop them from playing on the internet, going to sport, visiting a friend once when they're naughty, and mean it. We've done this. It takes them. Now, what's happening?
Yeah, what?
This is taking advantage. Okay, it's not a negative. It's not a bad thing. But Frankie, come here, please. We'll do both. Thank you. Frankie's realised that Snowy's now getting restrained and unable to respond. So he's now going to go, not to, they want to be friends. They are friends. But he's now realised that he's unable to respond like you normally would. Can you come to this side, please? Around here. So Frankie's like, okay, I've got an opportunity now to go and get involved and intervene. They want to play and wrestle, but it's a bit more like a big brother with the first cousin that's the same age. The same girl liked each other. They had the same sporting thing. They're friends, but they're competitive. Not to fight, not to argue, but just family, knowing each other. They know each other from their smells, right? Smells for dogs can travel for way longer than we can even comprehend. A dog's nose can smell a chop on the moon if you put those particles out individually. And they've got 220,000 up to 2 million scent receptors. We've got like 1,800 to 20,000. So the things they can smell everywhere. And the way they actually interact from our feelings, from our thoughts and our emotions. If we come in and we're upset, our heart rate will increase. Our respiration will increase. If you think of your favorite time in the world or your worst time in the world, just have a quick thought. That automatically has a physical response on your body. You can cry from a thought, right? Happy or sad. That's how dogs and animals see us in the world. The thoughts that we have and our interactions with them release pheromones, adjust our heart rate from our systems. We don't need to do that because we're here for as friends. And basically, if we think happy things, we can cry, our heart rate. If we think sad things, the same. When we're doing stuff with them, very clever too. Over there, and you can have it. When we're thinking, so if we're trying to get a dog to come back and we're frustrated, right? What they're actually seeing is no matter what we're trying to get, they're seeing that crankiness come out of us. Mm-hmm. That's weird, but they do respond like that. Ones we get that we've had there, will get it and they'll figure out, they'll realise that, okay, I know those hormones, I know that feeling, I know that emotion, and I'll push past that. Boop. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Good decision. Very good. Thank you. If it was to go back and bark or pay attention. So this would be a thing. What are we looking at? What are you looking at? Shane, you probably need to be barked at. What? I don't know. It's not actually barking at you if you're over there. It's barking up towards my car. What do they normally bark at? What do you think?
Birds,
okay.
And animals.
Yeah. Little birds, big birds, are they here all the time or just through the day?
Heaps of birds. Heaps of birds.
There's ones in the distance that are bigger that you can't. Ah, yeah.
Molly and Scarlett are forever chasing birds.
Yeah.
See that woodpile over there? They run up and down the fucking wall and finches just fly out of it and they're just like fucking. They can see them. I can't.
Yeah. You know that finches and birds.
You heard it then. Just,
The birds and dogs. You know that they actually. Because I live out. I'm not going to say for
I
this.
watch them, man. It's like they play together.
100%. That's exactly what I was going with. And they alert each other on insects, snakes, lizards, and all this. There's a different noise, right? Where the birds will have that, the dog will then go and help the birds. The birds get their attention of where it is, and the dogs will get them away. So they're doing it. Now, some might want to kill them when they get there and not know what to do, but as a rule that I've noticed, especially living out here, is exactly what you said. They want to play together. They want to interact. They're doing it. And now, what is their normal, when that occurs, when they bark or do stuff at 7 o'clock at night, whenever else, are they inside or outside? Doesn't matter.
They're inside it for night time.
But if a bird lands on the veranda railing, they'll go off their head for inside.
Yeah, at 7 o'clock in the morning and all night and whatever else.
It's just mostly in the day. They don't do it at night.
Okay, perfect. Right, that's a good thing. That's a different psychological thing for dogs that are responsive in the day than the night. A different fear thing. Well, it's not even fear. It's just a different thing they think they need to do. Right, so what we're going to do is, when the dogs bark at a bird,
Right.
when the dogs bark at a bird, we're going to find that they need something else. Thank you very much. More interactive to do. They need something else that they think that's there. I need to get it away. I'm barking it because I'm bored. It's funny. It's exciting. We're going to play a game. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter to you. Really doesn't. Whatever the 5 reasons are, it just needs to stop. So they need to have a known consequence from doing that after you've acknowledged it. So when they bark at a bird, or if they bark at a car, or if they bark at a kangaroo, and you're aware, right, if you can see it, so it's just a kangaroo, or like I was saying, it's not your job. Just put in just the birds, or whatever you want to say. You can pick any word. The words are just for us, right? But the more we say that, by us saying it's just a bird, the dog has an acknowledgement by us saying that word or sound that they know we're aware of the bird. Because you're saying when the bird's there, they bark. And as soon as you get that option, hey, very good, thank you. Now, Snowy, very good. Good, Frankie. Thank you. You're over here, you were doing that. So that's not a negative, but what it is it's like a kid sitting there and they want to play and they're doing it. One kid sort of saying, I don't really want to play right now. Frankie, come here. Come here. He's freaking out because of him. He's not upset. He's not there. They want to interact. But you see how his ears are tucked back? He's looking at you. He wants to hang out with you. That's what he really wants. Hello, my friend, and you're helping. Thank you. That high-pitched noise is a trigger. So if you think of, I don't lick you on the face. Thanks, and stop. Now, turn. It's just like a little...
I need to put stuff in
Because-
the truck.
No, God no. God no. Don't ever take a problem out of the situation. Fix the problem that you've got. And don't say, oh, there's an issue. There's no issue here. See how more confident and happy he is? Just from me interacting with him. And he's not in trouble. I haven't done anything. All I'm doing is putting a lead near him that he automatically associates and knows that means he's being restricted. Good boy, thank you. Good girl. Enough. Come back. Very good. So what we're going to do, exactly what just happened, is teach them to bark once at whatever it is. And we're going to say good bird, good whatever, and then they're going to come back. They'll come to the couch or they'll come to wherever you are. Thanks. Really? We'll put the lid on proper there. See it? We've done this, burpee dog.
Did burpee.
Yeah, they do. And there's the thing, they burp and fart intentionally too, by the way. That's, whenever you kick them out, you might kick your dog out, say get out or whatever. Over time, many mates of mine, the dogs will fart on the way out of the room or whatnot. I don't know what that is, whether it's just our head, but it occurs. Frankie.
Frankie's a father.
I do that. I mean, sorry, no, I don't. But video recording. All you future wives out there. I'd never do that.
What's going on?
Now. My legs. Thanks. I know it sucks, but you sit anyway. Go play. Hello. You're helping, are you? So you can just have that on. Watch that it's on. And he's not being bad. All he's doing is he's just got a nose thing where he gets to test the boundaries a little bit, and Frankie's a little bit reserved, and Frankie will happily play, but he's just in Frankie's terms. He's more confident.
Oh, hell yeah.
When he's being given a bit of a, don't do that. That's all. Little one here will be no real issue at all. The confidence will come as soon as this one under here has the little border collie. No, just for the video.
Scarlet.
Yeah. And as soon, perfect. Exactly what's occurring. As soon as they've got an understanding of what can happen or can't happen, and the other ones when they visit or new people come, that they either do what I want, they come and sit next to you, or go to your timeout spot with whatever word you want to have, like Scarlet would say fever or Johansson, isn't that the name? Or O'Hara, Scarlet O'Hara. So whatever each of these dogs, nothing to do with you, that little word and nose towards him. Thank you. Good, Frankie. Very good. I got your back. And none of it's bad. It's just what's happening. So yeah, if once you've got each dog having their own individual timeout word, I would have a bit of a chain or a lead, especially normally use chain because they'll eat through a lead in like 2 seconds or a rope and get a long bit of chain, cut it in 3. Make sure they've got water near wherever their timeout areas are going to be because they're going to stress more. It's like they're going to be more anxious, they're going to be more panting and things along those lines. So all they need is water and shelter. And apart from that, good boy, good girl. No matter what they're doing, no matter what it is, whether they're chasing birds, whether they're barking at something, jumping on someone, I'll fix in a second for you. It's a matter of they go to that timeout spot, whatever time period you decide, 5 seconds, 30 seconds, 3 minutes, half an hour and stuff. If you watch television, ad breaks is normally a good time. They're being silly, put him in there for an ad break. Next time you remember an ad comes on, let him out. Then come out to the area. If they were chasing birds over there, you've got them to come back. Good boy, good girl. Leave the birds alone. No, they go. You're going to have to bribe them with love, affection or something initially to get them to come, right? Because they've already currently got that. They just bark and run away. All of your dogs have responded with me within however long of coming and interacting. They love you, so they'll do it 1,000 times more, okay? So have that timeout spot with a lead and chain already attached. So all you've got to do is walk when they come over and clip them on. Try not to do it, although yours won't fall off there. I try not to say things that aren't there so they can't hang themselves if they fall over stuff.
Yeah.
But I use couches, underneath couch, things like that, the legs.
Yeah.
And just so it's long enough so it can't get to anywhere else, have one under that, and one somewhere else. So that each of them, when they come, and the other ones aren't in trouble. You reward the other ones. Oh, good, leave the bird. Make it an amazing thing that the other ones who don't bark, make that the biggest deal. Instead of what we used to do, that's right, make the bad deal the deal. You then all of a sudden say, don't bark at the birds, you're going in Johansson or O'Hara. You'll be in O'Hara because leave the birds or you'll live there and then let them off and then go straight back to where they messed up and say, do you want to go to the birds or do you want to go to the spot and point? Chimpanzees and dogs are the only two animals, and humans sometimes, are the only animals that are actually acknowledged to understand pointing. So they understand a consequence and an action and a further action. So I do with my dogs and other people, so I point. I say, do you want to chase the bird, the snake, or go to your spot? Now, often mine will be there and they'll go, I want to do that. So they'll go and put themselves in the spot, right? So that they don't get into trouble. And anytime they go to that area, which you'll find very quickly, because you're no longer stressed at them when they're in that spot. Their relief, whatever happens, no matter what, they're going to have an area where they know when we're pissed off, they go to there. And when they're worried or don't understand, they go to there. And all of a sudden, it's fucking great. Sorry, frogging great. Shouldn't say. Yeah, so basically, that's what you got to do. Red, green, do what you want, keep doing it, stop doing that, leave that alone, good boy, good girl, then forget about it. If they keep barking, make us more exciting. The reason I use that really high-pitched noise, the pop-pop-pop thing, is because it's the opposite of growling. When you growl, it's a negative association for the animals in their world. When their mum dogs when they're puppies, they give a high-pitched squeak that assimilates neurons in their brain that reacts to the mum's memory. So by doing very good, and I haven't, you can come, that's great, but it gets attention. No matter where they are, and it carries through things. So as soon as you get the attention, forget about whatever they're doing wrong and say, come, oh, good boy, good guy, regardless of what they've done. As soon as they come back, good, come back. Get them to near that timeout spot. Clip them on. Say, oh, good Johansson. Good, each individual name. Like mine, Banjo Patterson. Good Patterson. All right? When they're not listening in these little areas and they start crying and moaning and doing it, only one extra thing, because I know you're here. This is normally like the third time we're doing it. We only need to do one. got it on video and that. You're going to have one more spot. So you see these trees down here? You're going to pick one. Just get some tin or whatever else, make a little dog tin thing or an old whatever. When they're not listening here, on their timeout spot, they're crying, they're carrying on, they're barking, they're screaming, they're still doing whatever else, and you just can't go down to that spot and have the next word. So mine is Banjo Patterson or Henry Lawson. Luke, the dog's name is Luke. I've seen too many over the years. I had to pick a name associated with it so I could remember. So Luke Skywalker. When he's not listening in Skywalker, you'll go to Jedi. Right? So when they're not listening in your red spot, you've got to have another consequence that they realise that's not worth continuing that action. The only thing they want is to be with us and to interact with other animals. The only thing they want. So our benefit is we know that. Move them away. As soon as you bring them back from there, they come back to their other spot. You say, would you like to be here, which is cozy, you're on a couch, you've got your things, you're doing this, or would you like to be in Jedi? Would you like to be in whatever it is? That simple little thing of them knowing, I'm silly out there and I don't listen, I get to come back and sit with you. Like, I'm not hanging on to his lead. It's a matter of they go, okay, and then when they're silly here, they go to their next time out. And when you can't deal with it, frustrated, late at night, you're only going to have to do it once, right? Realistically. One night down there for half an hour, or whatever else, bring them back to their normal spot and say, either leave the birds alone, stop barking at the stuff, go to your spot here, or go to your spot down there, and then make it a big deal. Good boy, good, leave it. Oh, very good. Good boy. The key is, whenever they did something, shaking off means they're over it. So whatever they're staring at, whenever they're getting frustrated, whenever they're upset, when they give you that quick shake from head to tail, it's like us going, yawning is another one. There's 5 types of yawns of doing it. Yawning is a stress relief, a calming signal. The only tails you really need to know. Straight out, in the air, up in the air, it means beware.
I heard that stuff a long time ago. Fucking people saying dogs who are yawning are stressed and shit.
They're calming. They're reducing. They also can initiate.
I call it bullshit. I said my dog was tired.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly right. And the same as when they shake off, if they're wet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any time a dog stretches from front to back, whenever you see him stretch,
Could be.
Yeah.
that's a greeting. That's saying hello, right? So when you see it, stretch it up. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Gentle. Thank you. Good. Come here. And you come here.
The only fucking one interested is knowing.
And once again, he's just a cousin. No, you don't need to deal with that. I will. He's just the cousin who's like, I'll come and help. I'm over visiting for the cousin day. Thank you. And none of that. It's just a little dog being silly. The other one had a bone. The little one wanted to take. That's all. So yeah, once they shake off, once they stretch, it's a greeting. But they might be asleep. You know what I mean? If they're the licks, the only thing you need to notice is when there's no licks, when their mouths are shut and they're staring, it's exactly the same as if you haven't met someone before. 5 seconds of staring at someone's a big deal if you don't know them. You know what I mean? Once you get to know them, we can look at each other and it's okay and it's all good. That's the same as dogs. They all say, oh, if your dogs don't stare at your dog. If you know the dog and it's your dog, it's love or looking for what to do. If you don't know them and you're walking down the street and you see someone you don't know and you stare at them, it's an issue.
Oh, look, I know was that Molly the longest. She stares at me and I know she just wants to come and jump on me and give me a cuddle. You know?
Stare with love.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's once they've got this, and there's more stuff, this is just the basic thing and we're all but done for this bit. But once you've got those first 3 principles of, they bark, just break their attention. Thank you, I get it, it's a bird, it's okay, it's over there. They bark one bit more time. Make yourself, jingle your keys. Jingle your keys or whatever else generally has a big thing. Clap your hands. Have a packet of treats. You don't have to give it to them. But have a packet of treats when they won't pay attention that you just do like this. And every 10th time, give them one. Right? Have a special one that you don't. And it's going to save you energy in this. You're only going to buy one lot up on the top of the fridge. As you hear them barking outside, you're not what everyone thinks. You're not rewarding the dog for barking. You're not giving them the treat for barking at the other stuff. Because if they're still barking at it, they're not getting the treat here. You're not chasing them to give them the treat. So the actual thing you're really doing is you're giving it a treat for stopping and coming back. The last thing I'm going to do for you is going to help the barking with the birds, is there's products called like Kongs and other things. So I'm going to give you, the 3 dogs, you need 4. So I'm going to get 4 things, that because they're going to steal and doing their stuff and whatnot, where at night, well, they don't do it at night, do they? Whenever they're barking or losing their stuff, get some peanut butter, you sprinkle it, it'll have fins in it, like a radiator sort of fin stuff in it. just sprinkle this peanut butter in them. When they're barking at the stuff, say, come back, get your each individual, same as their naughty word, right? Use the same word for positive things as their naughty word. Would you like to go to you Johansson and get a treat? Stop your stuff and you go to Johansson. If you go to Johansson and you stay there and you don't bark with the other two, you'll get an extra treat. It's a positive and a negative. It's just a spot for them to go when they're pissing you off or you don't want to do things anymore. By giving them this treat that's got peanut butter and stuff inside it where you can't actually get to it most of the time, so they're now fiddling with that. They can't bark when they've got stuff in their mouth. You win straight up. It's a very easy way of pulling their stuff. And you come at the end, you have a screwdriver, right? And some you have plugs and you just push out. The other ones, just scrape the peanut butter with the screwdriver out of it, put it on the outside. They now think you're God. They've been trying to get stuff out of this for 20 minutes, doing whatever else. You come after they've chilled out, relaxed, forgot about it, changed their world, whatever it may be. You get this stuff out of there, give it to them. Now you're God, everything's there. Your dog's not rewarded for coming back, you're rewarded for doing nothing. You're jumping up. The easiest way I can do it for people is this is a 30-second fix for every single dog. Okay? It's just a thing you've got to do when people come. When they're not there, get your dogs to come back and set it up. Have 3 bits of rope hanging off that hook, for example, there, that are as long as you. Good boy, Frankie. Good. So from wherever it fits around the dog, wherever that touches the ground, good boy. I'm going to mark that. Thanks. So you tie a knot in whatever rope. You don't need a thing. You just have a normal bit of rope. You tie a knot wherever it touches the ground on the dog. All right. So you've now got a knot. You've now got a target point. So the dog's going to have a lead on. This will be a bit tall. Too tall for her. She's shorter. You'll get the point. So, dog comes in, they've got a bit of rope running on, and have a really long bit of rope. Each of them have a bit of rope from me to Shane at least. So just tie wire, the Parramatta rope, whatever else, they're going to eat this stuff, they're going to chew it up, who cares?
Yeah.
So just have 3 bits of Parramatta rope that go all the way to there that me to Shane that's dragging. Snowy, thank you. Snowy, thanks. I know, he's sniffing the lead that's on her. Come here. Good girl. I'll get it off you. Thank you. Very good. So when she comes near you, with that rope being there, and you've got the point now, I'll do it without her because he's being a dork. So when the rope's around their neck, can you hold your arm out?
Getting him.
So when the rope's around their neck, okay, and this little bit, thanks, this little bit, good, you're a good girl. And it's weird to say at the start whenever they do something wrong, good, because they're trying to tell you something. Good, bad, or otherwise. Thank you for that. Now it's not your job. And then you get to say shush the second time. First time's good. It'll change their world, as you've seen. So where this rope hits there, for example, whenever someone comes, or you, just tell them, stand on the knot whenever the dog's near there. Now, they can't jump up, right? And lift your heads up, because dogs use eye contact. Snowy, you're not getting attention? Relax. You can have some cheese to doing it. Dogs use... Thank you, Shane. You can be calm. Dogs use eye contact as communication with humans. They don't give pats, they don't give treats, they don't give any of that sort of stuff. So when your dog's jumping up at people or them, and they're looking down at that dog, as you're looking in their eyes, you're rewarding the dog for the behaviour they're doing. By you looking at the dog, you're rewarding it. So when it's jumping, if you lift your head and you step on a knot, you don't even have to have the knot, but this is just a better way after things. Old days, lift your head, ignore it, and all that. You know what happens? They jump on you, they scratch, it's so annoying. This way, just covering it all and saving stuff real quick. 3 bits of rope with a knot on it for each dog. Roughly, have 3 knots. So whichever one goes on the dog, it's at that spot. Whenever people come, stand on the knot, lift your head up in the air. Once the dog stops jumping, it doesn't have to sit, but if it sits, and then you look at it and say, good dog, it'll then jump a little bit and do it. Lift your head, keep talking, have a cigarette, chat, whatever else. If it's not jumping, get off the lead. Whenever it's near you, including when you're sitting down, put your foot on that, and it stops them from getting to your face. They might still get to your hip, but you're not paying attention. You're not looking at it. You're not rewarding or encouraging the behaviour. Wait, we're doing that. Careful. You find it? Yeah.
Well, Frankie's up. Frankie's fucking. He cleaned up the driveway.
So by not looking at him and standing on that rope, you're not rewarding the behaviour. You're sort of like holding the kid as they're just there, and then as soon as they sit down, if they lay down, make it a big deal. Oh, good lay down. Oh boy, good relax. If you give a new word to every new thing you're doing, so when they're not jumping on people and they sit down, good relax, good boy and girl. The people are confident because they don't have to interact. All you got to do is stand up, lift your leg. And if they're not comfortable, one of you just say, you walk over and stand on the lead. right? And because it's a long lead, don't use short ones. You've got to chase around and do all the rest of their stuff. If you've got a lead from me to you, right? Now we look at that. You don't have to walk around and do it. Just step on the end of the lead, right? One more for insurance. Don't put 2 feet on the lead because you'll fall over. Just use 1 foot. No matter how big you will. Once you've got 2 feet. So 1 foot, and just walk your way up. Just put 1 foot on it till you get to the knot. No jumping and bouncing. Once you get to the knot, you're not pulling them down to the ground. Right? You're not fighting against them. Every time they jump up, they're actually correcting themselves at the same time that they should be getting corrected anyway. And you're doing nothing. Right? So there's your jumping up, and there's your barking with their little spots and doing it for their things for now. So, is there any more questions? Is there any more questions or things that are major?
They're our main things.
No, there's one more. What the fuck's wrong with the black dog, and why does it fucking just keep eating its fur? Have a look at it. Have a look at its skin and shit.
I'll do that off camera because, and technically, I'll tell you my advice.
He doesn't stop fucking like chewing himself.
He's having the chewing that, eh? He hasn't got fleas and that.
So yeah, no, definitely, it's not about that. But I do this for my other things. As I'm a psychological doctor, that's a medical issue that I refer to a vet and all this sort of stuff and things. So I can give you advice on that, but my general thing would be have a look online at some natural holistic things, including turmeric, ginger, garlic. Yes, garlic to some people may be a negative in relation to the animal world.
What about spring onion?
Spring onion is different. Onion contains a chemical in it that inhibits the red blood cells from absorbing oxygen and stuff as well. Like,
oh, damn it, we've got a lot of that.
What's the other one? Sweet potato.
Yeah,
is good.
Yeah.
Sweet potato is really good for intestinal stuff. Turmeric, you got to have pepper in turmeric when you make it. The peppercin in the shell, it's going to be cracked pepper, sorry.
Yeah.
The peppercin in the pepper, whatever it is, closer things to that, doesn't matter for a second. The chemical that's in the shell of the pepper interacts with turmeric and it makes it active and absorbable into the body 100 times more than what it currently is. So if you make a paste, that will help. But generally, in a behavioural sense of the chewing, a can cover, I think it's going to be just a yeast, and in fact, a reaction to something or doing it. A behavioural thing can be an OCD, an obsessive compulsive disorder, where they've got used to it and they've got used to that behaviour of doing it. So there's many different ways. There's an old school thing of a silk scarf, which does work. This is like 1800 sort of stuff. Dogs that used to chew all their skin, and we've done it in the shelters and it works. They wrap a silk scarf and tie it, not tie it against it, but do it there so it can't go off. And they normally put vet tape on the end so it doesn't slide off their arm. And their dogs will chew the silk scarf instead of their skin. I don't know why or understand why that works. That's one. You don't need to do that, and you sort of can't in your situation. Because you have other multiple dogs, what happens then is the other dogs end up dragging the other dog around by the silk scarf around the whole yard. So if that's there, I'll address that. I'll put you onto a vet. I'll put you onto a vet for that final bit, Michelle, a lovely lady that does mobile vetting out here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. 32 minutes 57, pretty quick compared to normal. Please leave comments, not to me, to the other people who you care about, your rescue groups and things. If you've got an issue, fix it. If you don't, get help. Take care. I'll turn this off.